Hey, happy Thursday. Futures to more. Futures Networks Live. We're here to make positive points for breakfast, show you what we did and how the end of day is looking, and hopefully longer term. Right now, we're in bullish markets. We'd had a nice run up, nice pullback around 9 o'clock. Uh, we were at kind of the highs of the day so far, and the all-time highs were looming. They were a lot closer before they moved up, and thought, in general, shorts are a good way to go. All-time highs seem to be ceilings around opening bell. So even though the call was for a long, I took a short and then I went long on the limit orders. You can see on the 1 hour charts that we are way above the EMAs on the S&P and the NAS, but on the Russell, we're still above, but just barely. So let's see what we did here. So here are my bullet points, and you can read them and see what we did. But basically, as I said, we went short and got stopped out immediately in the NASDAQ. Did start to go down, but then pulled back, and we got stopped out right away, just bam. And then we hung out for a while. Thankfully, the Russell was going down, but then as we're coming up, we got in at was it 954 and a quarter, and came up to 58. So we were still in it. Then it looked good. We were coming down. Probably should have taken some positive points there. And boom, then we got stopped out at almost 1030. So we hung out for a while, but then we got blown out. Being in at 54, could have had a few points. What ended up happening with the Russell is I ended up taking 6 down here. This was starting to move. I thought, okay, if I take 6 on the Russell and then this continues to move, I could take maybe 4, let one go, and then take 8 on the other. But that quickly turned around and went against me. So ended up losing 2, winning 1. Well, not even a full one. So that's why I put 3.75. So that was our morning. Should have listened to JB's call, because we would have gotten 2 out of 3 for sure. So, and maybe more. All right, let's look at our limit orders and see how we did. Now, on the limit order side of things, I waited for a while and decided to get into some weird spots. And then since the Russell was coming down, I got in. You can see my order entry down here just above the 200. You can see my entry. I eventually waited and got into some of these trades that weren't right. They kind of not really opening bell trades. You can see I got in way up here on the NAS where I had a limit order at 65 and it didn't pick me up, and then it took off. So 10 points even worse, and I ended up still doing well on this. I got in right here. I actually got in on the next one because I put my limit order right on the trend line and got in at 52.75. So you can see where I got in on the Russell, and then ended up taking points right there. Took 6, I believe, on the Russell. I split my contracts and took 20. Did I add it up right? 24 and, oh wow, 30. I got to redo this. I actually made 30 points, roughly 29 points. And then on the getting in, I got out right at the old all-time high. So I took 53. We peaked and ended up getting 8 on that. So did really well on the limit orders. And you can see the totals at the end. So I hit the S&P right on. I missed the Russell by 2 points. So I consider that kind of a win. And then the NASDAQ split the uprights on my end of days. We hit new all-time highs so far this morning. So, could go to 4280, maybe even 4300 today as we get back into a longer term channel. Support is the R1 and 4229 in this channel. So I'm putting 4250 or 4273 as my targets. So as you can see, still uber bullish. I love saying that. 14,207 is definitely, kind of the support level down here now. We're running between the 10 period EMA and the Bollinger, although we're touching the top of the Bollinger, which I like. That's a super strong move. the new all-time high at 411, 14,411. I'd like to stay above this 314, the wick, the last wick. So if we could stay above that, we're still bullish. So 14,370 and 14,460 on the NAS. And here we go, missed by just 2 points on this one. We're still in the up channel. Looks a lot, the S&P and the Russell look a lot alike, although this is just a little bit further down in all the EMAs. But we tested, as we talked about yesterday, we tested the 21 period, 2282, 2282. Looks like it's bullish. 2296 is now bottom support. And I'd really like to get, although it doesn't look like we're going to do it today, I'd really like to get above and test this 2346. So end of day calls, 2316, 2337. So these are our end of day totals, missed 2 out of 3. So as you can see, we're negative 10 points total, negative 28 micro, negative 280 mini on the market. And then our limit orders, we actually did pretty good because we made money in all 3 markets. We got 45 points with 256 currency units on the micro to 2,560 on the mini. So thanks for being with Futures to More, Futures Networks Live, Positive Points for Breakfast, and we will see you on Friday. Aloha.